Hey guys, it's SRC Reptiles, and I'm sure you guys have probably noticed a distinct lack of videos within the last 2 weeks. So there's just been a lot going on in my life, and I really haven't had a chance to actually sit down and think about what I want to make videos on. So I'm going to be making a couple videos today, so one of them will be released today, and then the other one will probably be released within the next 2 or 3 days. One's just going to require more editing than the others. So anyway, I want to do a little update today for you guys on how the babies are doing, because I don't know if some of you have seen, but we had a new baby hatch, and we actually have both siblings over here. So with Harmony, these eggs went 100, or not 100, they went 96 or 97 days. So the first one here, which is Quibbler, hatched on the 26th, and Pop-Tart hatched on the 28th. And Pop-Tart is the one that I had a video just put up a day or two ago. Actually, it probably was a couple days ago, I think. Either way, doing like the, scary thing where he's like, oh, my mouth is open, I'm so frightening. Like, it was hilarious. I've had babies squeak at me before, but I've never had one just sit there with its mouth open as long as that one did. So it was pretty comical. It's pretty known for them when they come out of the egg to kind of be defensive because they're small, they don't know what's going on, and they have to be ready to defend themselves, And also we'll do an update on my Gargoyle Gecko over here, Vesper, which for now is looking female, but I've never had a gargoyle before. I'm assuming you can sex them the same way that you can crested geckos with the pores and stuff. I tried looking recently. I didn't see any pores, but her belly is very freckled, so it's kind of hard to tell. So anyway, in here, this is kind of the temporary place that Little Rascal is staying because I didn't have enough of these containers on hand, which I think I might have discussed in a previous video, I don't remember. So this is Little Rascal, and for now she just has, or he, I should say, since Little Rascal's actually looking like a boy. Looks like fired down today. So as you can see, in no filters, no nothing, this is just how orange. Now they are a teeny bit duller in person. I think it's just because the light's coming in through the window over there. But this is probably how bright they are when they're fired up, just to give you an idea. But so this is Little Rascal. Starting to develop some white, which is exciting, because at first I was thinking maybe just an extreme Harlequin. But now we're just getting a teeny bit of portholes and stuff going on, so that could turn into some white patterning for maybe a low expression tricolor, but we'll see. So Little Rascal is one of the ones I'm keeping for now. I obviously, once they're all a year old, will be more or less deciding, just because of the fact I don't want to have a whole bunch of males in my collection, because when I kept babies from 2018... I kept one male and I kept 2 females. So this time, I'm not sure if I'll keep any males or not, and if I do, I want to make sure that they're obviously really stunning, when it comes from Harmony's batch anyway. So, let's see. Let me move some of the stuff real quick that's on the top of these. Okay, so we'll just kind of go from container up to down. So, I'm going to look and see real quick which one. I think this one is Peep? Okay, this one is Serenity. So, Pop-Tart looks just like Serenity, which definitely goes to prove that Harmony has somewhere in her genetics to have just bicolors. Or in this case, she kind of looks like a bicolor, but I'm just waiting for her to get bigger because you'll definitely be able to tell when she's older. She definitely looks like she's got some kind of brindle or tiger patterning when she's fired up, but she is a really pretty brownish red color. So again, the color in the video, or at least from what I'm seeing, is a bit red. She's not... Oh, Blossom scared me. He sneezed. She is not this red in person. She's more of a brick brownish red color. But she's got a lot of furry going on, which is when they have a lot of scales that bump up like you see here. And I'm thinking that that probably came from Mischief's side of the family, because she does not look like that. But it's really hard to see like any tiger or brindle patterning, because she's not fully fired up, but she is kind of a little dark. Either way, she's got some nice portholes. She's got some little white dots along the very bottom of the belly there. And it's really cool to see how she's developing, and she's looking a she for now, so we'll see. So let's see, I think it's Peep that's looking female, or it's Lark. I think it's Peep, because Lark is looking male, if I remember correctly. So right now, Peep and Serenity are looking female, but of course, sometimes it just takes a little bit for them to develop. Either way, Serenity definitely has a home in the future, just because if this lady that I'm friends with doesn't buy her, there's somebody who is interested from seeing her on my Facebook page that definitely wants to get her. So, and it's nice that I have two now that are going to be that red color, and the other one I believe has white portholes as well, but we'll have to see. So this one is Lark. Just because, like, if my friend still wants to buy one, and then this other lady would like to buy one, at least I have two now that are this color. Okay, so here's Lark. He is Little Rascal's hatchmate, and Little Rascal is huge compared to Lark. But Lark has some nice back patterning when it comes to how pretty and creamish white it is in person. My camera, for some reason, is just making everything kind of a yellowish color. But, so in person, he's kind of a brownish orange, and he's got some cream kind of coming up from the bottom of the stomach down there, and then he's got some white patterning that's here in the mid-laterals, which is right here. So I'm assuming that this one's going to be a tricolor of some sort, just because he is developing a decent amount of creamish white. The crests are nice because he's kind of got, in person, some white frost is what it's called, that's going on the very tips of the crest, not just on the scuff of the crest in this area, but frost would be what's going on in the tips here. So yeah, this one here is also looking male, so that there is Lark. And of course all these babies you're seeing are siblings. They're from Mischief and Harmony. Blossom's having a fit because that lid was there and he wants to get in the window. He was looking at it like, I can't jump on top of that. So at least he's not rude enough to do that. Well, okay. I said you weren't. Yeah. This old man here is going to be either 16 or 17 next month on the 20th. And that's coming up pretty fast. I mean, he technically probably already is 16 or 17 because we got him when he was like 2 or 3 weeks old. Let me see. This one, oh, here's Peep. So this one here's Peep, the one that my boyfriend named. And then, I believe Pop-Tart was a name that he thought up as well. And when we were watching a Harry Potter movie, Quibbler was the name of one of their newspapers. And he was like, that would be a really cute name. And I was like, yeah, that actually would be. So, in person, Peep is pretty unique. And this is one of the other ones I'm planning on keeping, depending on how gender goes. Oh, and it looks like he's got some food on his face. So I need to take care of that after this. He's a really rusty orange color in person, and that's why I like Peep. It's very unique, because what looks to be cream or a light color on the very bottom of the belly is actually more of a creamy orange. And then as you go up into the upper laterals, there's a really deep reddish orange, which is really pretty. So I'm definitely digging the colors going on here, and you can see a few white dots that are on this side, a few white portholes kind of showing up. The color is just so wonky. I wish you guys could actually enjoy what he looks like in person. Very pretty gecko. Either way, if you guys want to see any of these geckos, you can always visit my website and they'll have a little bit more better pictures that kind of represent their actual color. Though I'm going to have to be getting a new light for my photo box, because the one I have now, it messes with my camera. And my camera's old, and that's probably why, but it messes with, like, the color. So what I have set to my camera, I have to, like, move it all the time instead of just leaving it on the same setting, because the lights kind of mess with it. I don't know, it's weird. Probably because they're LED, and LED does a weird thing sometimes, and I just need to find a different kind of lighting. But anyway, okay, we're going to do this over here, because Blossom is, like, sending hair flying over here when he's, like, scratching his ear. Okay, so I haven't labeled these yet, so I don't know who is in who until I get them out, because obviously you definitely can tell them apart. So when I have new hatchlings, And normally up until they're 2 months old, they normally stay in a container that's just got very simple design because obviously I need to be keeping an eye on them. Okay, so this one here is Quibbler. So right now, as this tiny babies, they're not really going to show a lot of pattern, but you can kind of very faintly see where there is some pattern going from the bottom to the middle laterals. And it does look like there is possibly a few white dots in there. But this baby is very, very fired down because when it came out of the egg, it was fired up a little bit. This side you can kind of see the white dots a little clearer. The mid-lateral patterning. So not looking like it's going to be an extreme right now, but it does kind of remind me of Lark when Lark came out of the egg. So it could just be that it's going to, you know, develop that stuff over time. Which obviously, I mean, it just came out of the egg like 3 days ago. So not looking too bad with the crest right now. Obviously not very old, so it will develop as it goes, but you can see how thick the crest is on the scuff of the neck. Like where it sticks up and it's kind of clumped together right there. It's like kind of crazy actually. So compared to how that baby behaved a couple days ago, that one of course is not the one that was going crazy, but it was jumping all over the place of course when it came out of the egg, so that baby behaved very well. I kind of don't think that Pop-Tart's going to do the same though, so. That one of course, like I said, was Quibbler. I can't remember if I stated that or not. Okay, so Pop-Tart kind of, you know, suits this baby because, you know, Pop-Tarts when they come out of the toaster like fly up. Oh, this one's like all curled up, very cute. So, if I remember correctly, Quibbler weighed 1.98 grams and Pop-Tart was 1.89 grams. So it's kind of crazy. They were both in the egg for the same amount of time. Same temperatures, same humidity, same everything, and this one weighs 0.10 grams less. It's kind of weird. Okay, so this one's kind of crazy. But you can see the white dots, the white portholes it has going. So, very similar patterning from what I can see. It even has furry going on, and it's like already showing it. That's kind of crazy. And then on this side, I'm kind of trying to twist my hand around. Oh, it's got a lot more white patterning on this side, so that's going to be really interesting and pretty to see. Okay, so it's not moving, so I can move it around a little bit. You do see that there's a little bit of kind of a reddish pink blushing on the skin. That is something that I'm seeing in real life, so at least the camera's actually picking something up that's actual color. So, but it's really neat, this baby. Oh, and he's kind of acting like he wants to jump. I'm going to just put you back in there. Okay, at least they're tired, so making videos during the morning is a really smart idea. So that there is Pop-Tart. I don't think... Oh yeah, I was going to show you Vesper. I was going to be like, I don't think I got any more babies to show you. But yeah, we have Vesper. So I'm going to go ahead and put these back up here, and then I'll get Vesper out. Okay, so Vesper is in this tank here. Obviously, this is definitely a temporary tank because gargoyles normally get bigger than crested geckos. So, let's see. She normally always is in the plant. So... One time she was smart and she was hiding on the underneath side of one of these pieces of the bridge. And she so blends in that I didn't even see her. And I'm like looking around like there's no way she escaped. Okay, here she is. Nice thing with Vesper, she is almost always fired up. So you get to see her really pretty colors. But at the same time, she's really pretty fired down too. And you hardly ever get to see that. Okay. So let me see if I can switch hands, because I can't really show her off with this hand. Okay, so here is Vesper. She's of course got those really pretty eyes that gargoyles are known for having. And she's kind of got, she just jumped a second ago because she's still very flighty, even after all this time. So I'm going to bring her up here. So here's Vesper. She, of course, is my gargoyle, and I think that she is going to either be an orange stripe or a red stripe according to the breeder. I don't know much about gargoyles, and she's literally just going to be a pet, so I'm not planning on breeding. But you know how I am. I like to know morphs and stuff, so either way, she has a stripe. No matter if it's actually going to be orange or red, even though the siblings of hers, they ended up going red when they were older. Still doesn't mean that hers will. So here's what she looks like. And I really like her like different colors as it like goes through her body. Oh. She's like, nope, that camera, that is suspicious. So, but yes, obviously she's doing very good. She's bigger than all of my Crested Gecko babies, and she's like 2 or 3 months younger than they are, so it's like, okay. Actually, let me think. She was born in November. So yeah, she's 2 months younger, so that means she's 4 months old. Yeah, going on 5 months old. So she's still kind of, I think it's just her attitude, but she still kind of acts aggressive sometimes. Like she'll open her mouth when we're trying to feed her or when we're getting her out of the tank. And she'll kind of act like she's going to bite, even though she's obviously tiny. So it's not like she's going to be doing much to us, but it is kind of like, well, when are you going to settle down? Unless that's just, you know, the attitude that gargoyles have. It's not like it's a turnoff because she's obviously pretty, and it's not like they get handled all the time. They get to be handled once a day to get fed either in the morning or in the evening. And it's probably, with her, she eats so fast. She licks her food off the straw like that. None of my babies up here do that. So at least she's got some actual brains. Because all of my babies, you have to put the food on their lips and then they lick it off. She just legit licks it off the straw. So much easier. She's out for maybe like 5 minutes. Now, obviously, once she gets older, I'm going to hold her a lot more so that it'll tame her down. But at this age, you don't want to be holding them for a real long time. So, anyway, guys, that's just my little update for you with all the babies being shown. And we still have 3 eggs in the incubator from Harmony. One of the eggs she laid, it's kind of odd, which is the main reason that she's for sale anyway, but she's not a very consistent layer. Which I think I've talked about this before, but for instance, in June and July, she laid the eggs that were Lark, Serenity, Little Rascal, and Peep. Then she did not lay eggs again until December, and that, of course, is where Pop-Tart and Quibbler have come from. And then she laid eggs in February, and then she just laid 1 egg this month. So she's very inconsistent with laying, and then this 1 egg is kind of a little undercalcified by a teeny bit because it's got the orange spots on it that they get. And I will be doing another video about egg care because I noticed I have not done a video about caring for your eggs and incubating them for quite a few years. So that's going to be the other video that I'm going to be making. But, yeah, so she's going to be for sale, which she already is. Just haven't had anyone interested in buying her yet. She's more going to be for sale as a pet, but I have been letting people know if they're interested that she is an inconsistent layer, but she obviously does have really pretty babies. I mean, you've seen them. So even though Serenity is completely different than what I was expecting from her, she still is really beautiful. Like if I didn't care if I kept geckos that would further the line I'm working towards, I would definitely keep Serenity. She is so pretty. She's very laid back. She doesn't jump all over the place. Now, she did escape once, and so that's why everybody got put into these containers instead of the ones they were in prior. So, she's definitely sneaky. But otherwise, she's a really pretty gecko, and I've had so many people like, oh, she's so beautiful, and I'm like, I know, she's really pretty. But anyway, I'm kind of rambling. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching this video. Like and subscribe if you'd like to support the channel. It always is appreciated. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your day.